Dear me, I'm writing this in hopes you'll understand you from a different perspective. Because you know how you're always seeking outside validation? You know how no matter how much you accomplish or how little you get done in any given day, it really doesn't matter, because in the end you feel like an epic failure? You know how when someone compliments you, your mind scatters to think of something else so they won't figure out the truth? You're not what they think you are, and if they really knew, they'd take back every compliment. You know how you think that? Do you know why? Have you ever wondered why this is, or do you just take it as an absolute truth that you can't dispute? Did you ever wonder why all those thoughts are like that? Because it could have dated past even your existence. Like, what if I reminded you about all those years of physical abuse? You'd probably just shrug your shoulders. What if I pointed out the sexual abuse and shame that was smeared across your face from a young age? Well, you'd probably nod. What if I grabbed you by your shoulders and showed you the pattern of relationships, different men, but really weren't they all the same? Madly in love with you, yet completely disrespectful, condescending, vain, self-seeking, but charming, right? You'd probably smile awkwardly the way you do when you really don't know what to say. What if I told you you chose all of it, willed it into your existence, created and orchestrated it, and then perfected the art of being you in order to maintain it? Well, you'd probably look around avoiding eye contact, shaking your head no and making sure nobody could hear us, because you care a lot about what people think about you. Well, it's not like you have to listen to what I have to say. You never have anyway. You'd left that to other people to design your life and dictate how you should feel. But for what it's worth, hear me out. You see, when you were 5, kids in your family weren't valued. Their perspectives or opinions weren't taken seriously, so whenever you did speak up, with your wild ideas and plans for your life, you were told to sit still and be quiet, and even smacked across the face when you weren't. And do you ever notice how quiet you are? And remember when you were sexually abused, you wanted it to stop, but it was so confusing. You really didn't think you had a voice to say something. And so you didn't, and you just kind of went along with it and pretended it wasn't happening. Well, have you ever noticed you go along with everything in your life, every relationship you've ever been in? Like your voice doesn't matter most to you. Do you ever notice it's almost like you've never chosen anything in your life consciously? It's almost like you're just playing out familiar patterns that you've learned as a child and just validating everything anyone ever told you about yourself, almost to prove your thoughts right? The relationships, the struggles, the unhappiness, the feelings of unworthiness, none of it's ever really you. It all stems from that same origin, and now you've just committed yourself to keeping those thoughts alive because they're all you've ever known. And then you hate your life, you hate yourself, and you feel trapped, like, how did I get here? But really, you never even left. So I have an idea. Stop. Now that you're aware, you can choose differently, Now that you know what you've been doing, you can rewire your thoughts. If it all just came from some event or something someone said a long time ago, just rewrite it. Tell yourself something new, something profound, something totally beautiful about you. Tell yourself you're the most creative person you know, that your depth contains all the oceans inside of you, and that your voice is not only important, but necessary for the world. It's kind of that simple. There, now you've said it.